where it's a home-style restaurant. I'm sure if you through Butler County you want a good meal, stop out there and meet with us. They're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
All right, thank you.
Princeton, the county seat of Caldwell County. Caldwell County population, 13,360. Area square miles, 347. Rank, 46th. Caldwell County is located in the 1st Congressional District.
I'm Jimmy Jones, Caldwell County Judge Executive.
Thank you.
Barbara Van Hooser, Caldwell County Clerk.
I'm Jimmy Wallace, Property Evaluation Administrator of Caldwell County.
All right, thank you. The judge is pressed for time, so we're just going to ask him a quick question so he can leave. Judge, what can you tell us about your position here in Caldwell County?
I've been a Judge Executive for the last almost 6 years. Our unemployment in Caldwell County is real high, almost 15%. And we've lost some industries, and we're working, doing everything we can to bring some more back in.
Oh, our county was formed in 1809, and we're very proud of it. It's a good place to live, beautiful part of the state. Our courthouse was built in by the WPA in 1939 and 40. I think we moved in they moved in 1940. And I guess we're just like most all other towns now. We've got a lot of things we wish for that I guess are not real feasible, but we'd like to see a lot of tourists come into our area. We'd like to see industry here. And we just like to see things keep rolling.
Okay. Mr. Wallace, what can you tell us about your position?
I've held my position as Property Evaluation Administrator. This would be my 6th term. Of course, we've seen this county grow from 1966 assessment of $66 million to well over $300 million at this time, with probably homestead exemptions and disability exemptions amounting to some $70 million. So we've increased our assessment several times. Of course, this is due to the growth in this county, which now is more or less at a standstill or even going backward some. We hear a lot about industry and the tourists and so forth, which I think everyone agrees that we need to have this as maybe our #1 priority. However, Caldwell County and Princeton is strictly an agriculture area, and as everyone knows, agriculture is in a real crisis at this time. No one seems to know the answer, and I know I certainly don't. I think we need officials on the national level as well as the state level who will take a real hard look at the agriculture problems of our entire country and see what can be done to relieve some of this crisis that we now have, and hopefully with a new administration in Washington and maybe here in the state of Kentucky, they can work together to relieve some of our problems. Okay. We have on the north side of the courthouse a marker that shows that this was a route of the Trail of Tears, which I'm not sure what year it was, but the Indians, I think, coming through. And then, of course, this area of the state, and particularly right here in Caldwell County, was noted several years ago for its night riders. We had some tobacco factories burned here during those days. A lot of the officials of the Night Rider Association or group were from right here in Caldwell County. They were very active at their time. Of course, some of the older people in the county could tell you more in detail about that than Barbara and myself, but it was well known during those days when the people were fighting for higher tobacco prices and formed the organization which was known as the Night Riders.
Okay, great.
I'd like to tell you one thing, boost the people coming into town. We have the Black Patch Festival. It started out to be the Tobacco Festival, and I believe next year will be the 50th anniversary of when this thing started. And we have the street fairs. This is always in September. We have street dancing. It's just our big day of the year here.
And when is that?
This is I can't give you the exact date, but in September each year.
Okay.
So it's a real nice thing.
Caldwell County was the 51st county formed in 1809 from Livingston County and named in honor of General John Caldwell, a Virginian who served under General George Rogers Clark in the 1786 Indian Expedition. He later became a lieutenant governor of Kentucky in 1804. Princeton is the county seat, located on the Cumberland River. Murray, the county seat of Callaway County. Callaway County population, 28,922. Area square miles, 386, rank 37. Callaway County is located in the 1st Congressional District.
Okay, we're standing outside of the Callaway County Courthouse, which is located in Murray, Kentucky. To my left, I have Mr. and Mrs. William Fergus, who have been local merchants for how many years?
54 years.
54 years, business being across the street from the courthouse. We were going to ask them some information on the town and the county seat itself. Mr. Fergus, first of all, tell us a little bit about your business. I'm sure since you've been in town as many years as you said that you've seen some changes here.
Well, quite a few changes. We started just a watch repair shop about 54 years ago, and I just got out of watchmaking school, and we got married, and I had to start in business. I couldn't get no job back then during the Depression, and we've been in business here ever since. I went in business actually just aimed to stay a while, but I found out I could make a living, so I never did get out of business.
What about industry? What is the major industry in this area?
We have Fisher Price Toy Company that's been here for a few years, and have Briggs and Stratton Motor Company, which is a very good industry, and we have Sarge Glove Company, and let's see, I don't know, we got a little spraying company down here on another street, and we got a industrial park out there and started, and there's a book company moved in out there that sells the books for the colleges, and it's all over this area, really.
What about farming?
Well, farming is still our major industry around here, really. It's a lot of big farmers that's still doing all right. Some of the small farmers had a hard way to go, but it seems like they're all getting consolidated and getting bigger farmers now instead of a lot of little farmers.
So some of the farmers, the small farms, are merging with other farmers?
Yeah, I've got a brother that farms extensively. He does a little trucking and bulldozing, first one thing another. It seems like they have to do some sideline work to keep it going, but he's doing all right in his farming.
My name is Ann Thompson Wood.
And I'm Auburn J. Wells, former instructor at Murray State University, interested in Kentucky history. I'm glad to discuss this material with you. Would you hold up the first one? This is a reprint of paper put out initially by the Ledger and Times of Murray, Kentucky. It was printed in sections following World War II, and was able to secure the originals and had reprints made of them. And you see the title is Heroes of World War II, Callaway County, Kentucky. And it shows their military records and pictures of many of them. Also, in the very opening pages there, shows some of those who lost their lives in World War II. The Paducah News-Democrat, January 13th, 1924. And this came out about the time of the end of the first semester of what was then called Murray State Normal School, an educational epoch in western Kentucky. And it shows the first student body. The normal school, forerunner of Murray State University, was started in the ground floor of the Murray High School building, and this is the Murray High School building. And it shows the first president, Dr. John W. Carr. This is the emblem of Murray State, now Murray State University. 1911, Callaway County Gazette, a special edition, and it simply deals with Callaway County and Murray, Kentucky. On the front is rather interesting pictures therein. It shows the Indian, the Western life, a pioneer, and may not see it here, but there's a wigwam here and a cabin here, and then on into the background it tapers off, into an industrial community, farmland and industrial community. And this show has pictures of the early people in Callaway County, county officials and the history thereof, and many other interesting features, including advertising. In the old days, this is 1911, is the printing of the Murray Ledger. This was printed in, let me see the date, is April the 15th, 1916. And again, this was put out by a group from the Murray Methodist Church. And these are the ladies involved, and the gentlemen there are the publishers and whatnot. The original boundaries of Callaway County, which included the present county of Marshall, were created by an act of the General Assembly approved December the 15th, 1821. The territory at that time being a part of Caldwell and Livingston counties. In 1822, the legislature passed an act establishing the county, and January 16th of the following year, the commissioners appointed met in the town of Wadesboro and effected permanent organization. Callaway, the 72nd county in order of formation, lies in the southeast quarter of the Purchase District and embraces an area of 396 square miles or 252,800 acres, bounded as follows, to wit, Marshall County on the north, Tennessee River on the east, the state of Tennessee on the south, and Graves County on the west. In reference to the early settlers, see this account, said according to historian Collins, James Stewart and David Jones were the first white men to locate within the present limit of Callaway County. They came here, he says, as early as 1818 from Caldwell County and opened farms about 1 mile east of Wadesboro. The idea that Wadesboro was the first county seat of Callaway County. In the early 1840s, it was divided into two counties, Callaway and Marshall County, and the county seat was moved from Wadesboro to Murray, Kentucky.
One of the things that we have learned in touring all 120 of Kentucky's counties is that it's Kentucky's people that's really made the history of this state, this great commonwealth. And frankly, we have two people with us today here in Murray and Callaway County that I wanted to come across the table and interview and ask a little bit about themselves and their lives here in the Callaway County area. Let's begin first, if we may, with Mrs. Wood. Mrs. Wood, give us a little of your background. Where were you born and raised, and can you tell us a little bit about life here in Callaway County?
Well, I was born here in Callaway County, just about 500 yards from where I live now, and I have never lived anywhere else. Life in Callaway County has changed an awful lot since I was a good deal younger than I am now. Only in town were there electric lights. The rest of us used lamps and the wash pots outdoors, and we drew water from the wells or cisterns, but we didn't know we were underprivileged at all. We thought we were having just a whole lot of fun. And we did have a lot of fun. We went around to the neighbors at night and played games. I grew up in a neighborhood where there were a lot of children, and we played among ourselves on Sunday afternoons and at night in the wintertime, and had just a very happy childhood. I started to school at what was called then the training school, the demonstration school of it was the Murray Normal School then, but it became MSU now. The training school, a demonstration school where the students for the college could learn to teach, was built in 1924. We had a reunion Saturday night of everybody who had ever gone to the training school. There were over 550, and every class from 1924 up to 1976, when the school was closed, was represented, and we had a wonderful time. As Murray State grew, it outgrew its original intent to train teachers. It became a university, and because of that, the training school had to shift names. For a while, it was College High. And then when the college became a university, it was called